Hey everybody, it's your boy Serg Dragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters Podcast. With me today is Tim Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
Chris Petrie.
Too sweet.
And Mike Henry.
If you're ready for another episode of the Heavens Monsters Podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So the Heavens Monsters Podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear this time around compared to what we were doing last time. Damn. So let's go ahead and say that we're going to do just Monday Night Raw, not NXT right now because we are timed and I think we got a lot to cover anyway. So with that said, let's do July 6th of 2020 Monday Night Raw, right after 4th of July. And boys, I need to say this. We were driving to drop off books over there at West Chase, and they were fucking popping fireworks in the middle of the street. In their neighborhood. We could feel the shrapnels coming down on the roof. We were at a stoplight and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Y'all had that shit? Go ahead. Say again, Chris?
I said that happened downtown.
No, not downtown. Over there at West Chase.
Oh.
That's bull.
I need a few masks from you. Probably a few masks.
Okay. In which case, they went in ahead and started the show with their own fireworks. With, damn, this camera can't see our faces because of the mess. There you go. Courtesy of the fact that Drew McIntyre wanted to hear the result, the stipulation that he gave Dolph Ziggler to make at the horror show at Extreme Rules. And I want to point that out. They rebranded it again. It was Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules, the horror show. The horror show at Extreme Rules. Make up your damn mind, WWE. So, with that said, he said that Dolph Ziggler came out and said that he's not going to reveal the stipulation. He's going to do it on his time. But he's going to mention the fact that a lot of people, including himself, he's backstabbed and left behind. And he has somebody else that he also left behind. Without no music whatsoever, all we see is Heath Slater. The return of Heath Slater. You believe that, Mikey?
I thought this for the first time Slater.
Yep. Turn of Heath Slater. Mm-hmm. He got up in Drew McIntyre's face and mentioned some stuff, man. Oh, mentioning when he was jobless, he called, he visited, he said hello to his kids. But when that happened to him, when WWE let him and so many other people go, he was jobless. That whole gimmick where he said he got kids, despite the fact he knew that there's a joke on him having 25 kids. Mm-hmm. He did have kids. He had 2 daughters that he knows, that Drew McIntyre knows, and he never once visited. So the whole concept of, I was there for you, where were you for me? Drew McIntyre couldn't answer. So Heath Slater started pushing him and saying, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He said, don't push me, man. And that straight up, they had a match right there and ended real quick with Dolph Ziggler trying to cheat right off the bat. And Claymore, that's it. That's his logo too. That's his gimmick right now on his t-shirt. It says, talk less, Claymore. And then, psh. Also, I keep forgetting to mention this. Did you see his entrance? He's got the Claymore sword with the image of Brock Lesnar's tattoo staked right through it with the O and I Reds. I'm like, he ain't Brock Lesnar, but he did slay him at WrestleMania. That's the gimmick.
Yeah. He got that with It's Trump, first Trump. Mm-hmm. But it's not exactly probably that's a symbol though. It's something else. He's on something.
After that, Dolph Ziggler got in Heath Slater's face and you had one job, you blew it. He said, don't push me. So Dolph Ziggler jumps Heath Slater And Drew McIntyre comes to his aid, picks him up, hugs him, and yeah, they still friends. Your thoughts on that, T-Money?
Well, I like that Dolph Ziggler was trying to send him a message that he was going to win the pay-per-view, but Drew McIntyre said that wasn't going to happen.
See y'all guys next week.
All right.
Bye.
It was more like you can try to do anything you can to try to keep me down, but I'll always get back up.
Your thoughts, Mikey?
Tough loss for Pete Slater.
And your thoughts, Chris?
Heath Slater should have never slapped Drew McIntyre because you slap him, that'll be it.
He was mad, though. He had every right to be mad, considering the outcome. Next.
Kairi Sane versus Sasha Banks in a match.
It would be Asuka who comes down to the ring with Sasha Banks and Bayley mouthing off at her saying that she's all alone. And she said, I'm not all alone. She surprises him with the return of Kairi Sane. And of course, once again, we see Sasha Banks being put up front by Bayley and saying that, you know, say that again, Chris.
Our master.
Get him told that if you want to fight, you're going to fight Sasha Banks. I'm like, God damn.
That's my her sidekick. But like I said, Sasha Banks is the sidekick, and Bayley is the head boss.
Yep, courtesy of the outside interference with Bayley and Asuka and how the match ended, it was a straight up brawl all the way to the point where it looked like a double count out. But it says here it was a no contest, meaning the referee just threw out the whole match. These two were fighting so bad, it definitely looks like they want those titles back. In which case, later on in the night, we would hear this, that the Kabuki Warriors want another shot at the women's tag team titles. And opening her mouth is Sasha Banks saying, you know what? They want to become 2-time women's champion, tag team champions. They want an opportunity. They got it. So it sounds like they're pulling double duty at Extreme Rules, the horror show, or horror show.
Heck? They calling her the Blueprint?
They've been calling her the Blueprint.
You know that's whose name is that originally?
Yeah. Hold up. So Bayley, for 2 months now, has been calling Sasha Banks the Blueprint, mainly because of the fact that she's been rocking that blue hair, and it sounds cool that she's the blueprint to every single woman in the roster right now. So, what were you about to say?
The originator who calls the Blueprint is Matt Morgan, which he is pissed off about that.
Oh, Matt Morgan. Ooh. Yeah, big giant man at Impact Wrestling.
And probably he was a former WWE wrestler.
Oh, yeah. And hell, he's called the Blueprint for another reason, because his DNA is out there in orbit in case anything happens. Mm-hmm. They freaking documented that shit.
Because remember, he started off with Carlito.
Yeah. So,
like I said, he's pissed off about that name being used.
Back onto the subject. I don't know if this is going to be at Extreme Rules, but if that does, then both Sasha Banks and Bayley got 2 matches. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Nikki Cross versus Bayley. and the Kabuki Warriors versus Bayley and Sasha Banks for the women's tag team titles. You know they're going to get paid a lot of money in this show. Both of them.
What?
Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Not as big as the.
No, I'm saying they're getting 2 paychecks for 2 matches.
Yeah.
Or 3, since they're all going to be a part of it. You know that.
No, I don't think so. That's not. It doesn't really happen to.
No, I'm saying it stacks.
Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't happen for the women, bro.
Well, that's bullshit.
It's true story.
Okay. So, your thoughts on that? T-Buddy?
I'm looking forward to. I really want to see Baby lose her title. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm. In which case, oh yeah, sorry. Chris, what are your thoughts?
I don't know if it's going to be with Burn by to the Extreme Rules for the Women's Tag Team Championships, but it might happen on next week Raw. Monday Night Raw.
And you, Mikey?
Oh boy. Looks like the Golden Mouse are in for a rude awakening.
New year. Next.
Rey Mysterio and Kevin Owens versus the Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins and his disciple Murphy.
This match was supposed to be contested with Rey Mysterio and, quote, Rey Mysterio is medically cleared thanks to the announcement of Seth Rollins. And they jumped Aleister Black because he was supposed to team up with Rey Mysterio to fight after his injury that Seth Rollins caused. So, knowing this, Kevin Owens had the Kevin Owens show and he threw out all the chairs knowing that he was calling out Seth Rollins as his guest, and they would bring up the history at WrestleMania 36. They would mention how is his leg that he injured during that match. And he said, how's your pride? And of course, Seth Rollins pitches this to Kevin Owens, hoping that he would join his cause instead of being his enemy. Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic come out to speak their mind on the subject, in which case Kevin Owens, after hearing Seth Rollins badmouth Rey Mysterio going 2-on-1 with him and Buddy Murphy, he says, you know what? I'll be his tag team partner. And let's add some extra stipulation. Whoever wins this tag team match gets to name the stipulation between you and Rey at Extreme Rules. And it was made official. So, Rey Mysterio was after Seth Rollins that whole time, and he's ducking, dodging, and tagging in Murphy the whole damn time. Like, man, come on. You don't want none. You don't want none of Rey Mysterio. So, courtesy of the fact that Dominic played a key part because of the fact that he wanted Dominic to swing at him and get him disqualified, knowing he would win the match. And since he was trying to, once again, harm Dominic, he did it too. He punched. Seth Rollins punched Dominic. He shoved him. Here comes Aleister Black, and he's looking the same thing. He's looking at Aleister Black wanting him to punch him. He's on his knees with his hands wide open. Do it. Do it. Giving Dominic the opportunity. Man, we didn't think this. Buddy Murphy is screaming out loud because his eyes are getting raped by Dominic. An eye for an eye. Whoop, Mikey just left. He must be doing chores. In which case, it leaves Rey Mysterio with an opening to 619 and splash him and get the pinfall on Buddy Murphy, ultimately giving Rey Mysterio the means to name the stipulation of his match with Seth Rollins. In the fight, I gotta say this because I didn't quite see Seth Rollins' face, but thanks to the replay, there you go, replay. We see Seth Rollins seeing what happens to Buddy Murphy, and he's saying, what are you doing? So now we see Seth. I'm surprised Aleister Black didn't jump Seth Rollins as soon as the bell rang for the count of 3. I would have. The second that bell rang, I would have been right after his ass, dashing right at him. Come here, go put your jump me, will you? Nah, but he didn't. The mic was then given to Rey Mysterio, and what came next was, whoo! I don't know how they're gonna do this, because Rey Mysterio announced his stipulations for the match, and it's gonna be eye for an eye, where the rules are you gotta pull your opponent's eye out. Like, everybody's baffled, even his son's like, huh? They're like, what the? You serious? Kevin Owens, Aleister Black is like, huh? So that's going to be trippy. Your thoughts, Terrence?
Yes. I don't know if y'all. It's weird. I know Seth Rollins was like that too.
You said,
I don't know if y'all. I want to say this. I don't know if y'all noticed. Rey Mysterio is working with WWE without a contract, which means he's not a WWE superstar.
Yeah, but he's still in WWE.
Yeah.
Again, just like Drake Maverick.
Yeah, but here's the thing about what he wanted, but Vince McMahon didn't want to give it to him because this whole pandemic thing is going on.
Oh.
Rey Mysterio wanted to be paid more money.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give it to him. He will go to AEW.
Or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because the first, when he left, that's the first time he left. Because he wasn't getting what he wanted. If you are a legend, you're gonna want more money.
Oh.
Which, like, there's been wrestlers who come and go because of that. Who left because of that. I'll just name a few because I don't want this whole thing going on. CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, and Scott Steiner.
Your thoughts on that, Chris?
Well, Seth Warren got it coming. And now he has to wrestle Rey Mysterio eye for an eye match.
Oh my goodness!
It's just like the whole
Pluck your eye match.
It just kind of reminds you of the feud between Triple H and Mankind.
Oh yeah, boy.
Well, when Mick Foley was known as Cactus Jack.
One of his alter egos.
Yeah. When Mick Foley stuck that barbed wire bat on Triple H's forehead.
Yep. Your thoughts, Mikey?
Mm-mm. This is going to be career versus career.
Basically.
Somebody's gonna be screwed.
Same like I said, Mick Foley and Triple H. That was the same match they had.
Next. I knew that was going to take up a lot of our time.
MVP makes an announcement by showing the world the new United States title.
Get ready, Mikey. So, with this, we have a new, recreated United States title, and because Apollo Crews is right now injured, he's already naming himself the new United States champion, along with Bobby Lashley telling him that when you're with me, what I say happens. He said, the only time things happen is when I say it happens. So he's saying your new United States champion MVP because he beat him because he cheated.
I don't know if y'all heard the fans when MVP took that comforter off that belt. The fans were booing that title.
You mean the trainees?
No, the trainees.
Yeah.
And the fans the fans comment about the title. They didn't like that belt. They liked the one that Paul Cruz had better.
Yeah. So I'll give my 2 cents after Mikey because he said it. I'm gonna give my 2 cents when we cover this. So Mikey, this floor is yours. Give you 2 cents.
I cannot believe that MVP has that new design WWE United States champion. And on the record, you know that our boy Xavier is just stop watching wrestling, but that's his favorite. But my question is, the MVP created a new United States title.
Yep. Well, after that, we would have Ricochet and Cedric Alexander speak up and say that he didn't deserve that title. That when Apollo Crews comes back, he gonna fight for it at Extreme Rules. So, if Apollo Crews does get medically cleared, we will have a match at Extreme Rules for United States title and its new design. Here's my 2 cents on that design. Why the hell is the championship word bigger than United States when it's the United States title?
Like I told you, because it says champion.
I don't give a damn if it's a freaking United States championship. United States should be the biggest thing. It's so freaking tiny, you can barely see it in red letters.
Because you put champion on it, that's champion is a big word for it. That means you have the belt. You're a champion, which means you got the name bigger than.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that new American Eagle that's golden design is kind of iffy in itself. Like
the part of it is like the lower part is gold, the upper part is silver.
White gold.
No, that's
when they put titles, it's always white gold. That's why they confuse it for silver.
No. That's what they call it. That's what they say on my social media. They call it silver.
Yeah, and then somebody tells you that's white gold. Mm-hmm. So your thoughts on that, Chris?
I just can't believe MVP that ended up resigning to that belt. He did not beat Apollo Crews for the United States title. He just claimed he won the title, but he did not beat Apollo Crews with that title. The title wasn't on the line.
Well, at the end of this, you don't have to beat Ema. You can resent Ema because Vince McMahon, he did that with the WWE Championship, the new design WWE Championship when Stone Cold was WWE Champion.
Mm-hmm. Also, in other news, I think I want to mention this because we got this from our boy Xavier in the group text. He has explained that he had not been watching Monday Night Raw since after WrestleMania due to the fact that he's sick and tired of Brock Lesnar. And we're looking at him like, what do you mean? Brock Lesnar hasn't showed up since WrestleMania. I would think he'd be watching Monday Night Raw for the sake of MVP alone. That's his favorite. Mm-hmm. Along with John Cena. So, well, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Shout out to our brother Xavier Hill for that. Leave it in the comments down below, my brother. Let us know what you think that Brock Lesnar has not showed up.
I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. I like Brock Lesnar. I give him credit for everything he's done. I know some of those dirty wrestlers don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Randy Orton. Those two are not liked.
I'll give credit to them because they can get the job done, like you said, and they're aggressive, but it's just the attitudes, the characters. I don't like it.
But here's the thing about that, bro. There are some wrestlers in the WWE are jealous of them. They get paid more.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, them and Rey Mysterio get paid more than them, and AJ Styles too. They get paid more than they do
because they're legends.
Yes,
or legends in the making.
Mm-hmm. See, AJ Styles, he didn't have to go to NXT. He was a free agent, so he got paid more as free agent. Same thing with Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton.
AJ Styles didn't have to go to NXT. Oh yeah. Next thing.
Randy Orton, Andrade, and Angel Garza versus Big Show and the Viking Raiders.
Prepping them up. Big Show slaps both Avok and Arvar. How you say?
Eric and Ivar.
Eric and Arvar.
Ivar.
He gets him riled up, telling him to get ready for a fight. In which case, by the sound of what you said, and I remember, yeah. Big Show definitely puts on one hell of a fight on the outside of the arena while the Viking Raiders do their thing in the tag team division. Of course, you know the Angel Garza and Andrade are cheating along with Randy Orton. And the match typically ends in the in the RKO style of out of nowhere and gets the job done. Also, another thing we forgot to mention. The last time we heard from Edge, we didn't mention this. I forgot this, and I want to say this, that the last time we heard from Edge is after what happened, is the Monday night after what happened with Christian and the fact that Randy Orton was given a message by Edge. When he returns, he needs to stop being this happy, trustworthy guy, that maybe he should start acting like a true rated R superstar. That's what he said. I was like, whoo, I knew it. I knew that was coming because I didn't see that at Backlash. I didn't see that. I didn't see that rated R style. I didn't see that cheater. If he did, he probably would have won. In which case, your thoughts on that as far as Randy Orton getting the drop on the Viking Raiders and getting the win? Your thoughts, Cheat Money?
Sad. I like Randy Orton, but that was just he had some worst tag team partners.
Your thoughts? Wait, what?
I just think I know when Edge comes back, he's gonna come after Randy Orton.
Oh yeah.
So,
Probably when they're done with the skit for Big Show and Randy.
the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In which case, Mikey, what is your thoughts?
A black bitch show got the job done.
He didn't get the job done. Randy Orton did.
Damn. Excuse me. Correction. I hope Edge is watching. I really hope Edge is watching. Excuse me.
You, Chris?
Yeah, the match was, it was a little problem. Angel Garza and Andrade was still fighting. They were still
Bickering.
yeah. But in the end, the team of Angel Garza and Andrade and Randy Orton beat the baby faces, Big Show and the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, Randy Orton had to finish it.
Yeah.
Next.
Billy Kay versus Ruby Riott.
After last week with Billy wait.
Hey, boys.
Thank you. Peyton Royce beating Ruby Riott. I know. Billy Kay gets her turn, and just like before, Peyton Royce gets a distraction enough for Billy Kay to get the win, and Ruby Riott is on a losing streak. Other thing is, on Raw Talk, she got to actually speak out on how she's losing and how she's dealt with bullies like the Iconics all her life, through high school, through childhood, and all that. And the fact that what she's trying to do with Liv Morgan is she's trying to correct her mistakes and get redemption. So she's trying to apologize in hopes of forgiveness. Considering the only people she had back then, the only time she opened up is when she was with the Riot Squad. So since that's gone, she has nobody. She's just trying to redeem herself.
She's not like, she don't have like a losing streak. It's just that she lost a few matches or so.
Yeah, it's stacking. That's what I mentioned.
Yeah, but I said like it's not like she hasn't lost all her matches yet.
Yes, she has.
No, how many? I'm
4.
That's more like
2 with Liv Morgan, and 1 for each of the Iconics. That's 4.
I'm talking about like 10. That's like big losing streak.
This is a losing streak when it count. If it's 2 or more, it's a losing streak,
I'm talking
bro.
about MP. He had lost a lot of matches.
That's a different story. That's like one of the longest losing streaks, unless you count Kurt Hawkins. That was technically the longest I've ever heard. Okay. And your thoughts on that, Mikey? As far as the Ruby Riott having to trying to redeem herself?
No word on Liv Morgan, but hopefully this week Monday they're gonna make Ruby Riott face the Iconics in a 1-on-2 handicap, and hopefully we'll see the return of Liv Morgan. I hope.
Yeah, she's not answering Ruby Riott's calls. And you, Chris?
Too bad for Ruby Riott. She's in a losing streak, and she need a friend to take care of the Iconics.
You were saying, Mikey?
As I was saying, I just hope Liv Morgan returns.
Your thoughts?
Well, speaking of that, I'm glad you mentioned that. If Liv Morgan sees how Ruby Riott changed, she'll probably make a return. But till then, I don't know what her plan is. I guess she's gonna see it soon.
Next.
Because she thinks that Ruby Riott will always be the same person she knows.
My bass looks like a beard.
Like he turned to Abraham Lincoln.
Next.
Okay. Asuka versus
Bailey.
Bailey in a champion versus champion match.
I was like remembering that. In this match, we would have, of course, Asuka and Bailey fighting one another to prove who is the better wrestler. Of course, Sasha Banks is right there after her, well, not technically lost. The match was thrown out.
Let's say who's the better champion.
Yeah, it was who's the better champion of which brand right now. And overall, they're not even considering Io Shirai. That's sad.
Because you think about it, bro, Raw versus SmackDown are competing against each other.
Mm-hmm. They always been.
Yeah. NXT versus AEW are competing against each other.
Yeah, especially after the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah, but NXT ain't gonna count what.
Attitude era, sure.
Yeah,
Right.
NXT is not gonna count what Raw and SmackDown.
Not yet.
No. According to Vince McMahon and Triple H, they're not gonna count. They're not gonna do that.
Till that Survivor Series in 2000, what was it, 19 or 18?
That was before AEW made its debut, but they changed it up where AEW are competing against NXT, Raw, and SmackDown are competing against each other.
I still like the fact that NXT got 4 on all the other shows.
Yeah.
And Monday Night Raw only got 1 win.
Yeah.
Just 1.
Yeah. They're not doing that no more since AEW made its debut.
Yeah. Next. Oh, wait, hold up. I'm trying to remember how did the match. I think it was. Can we go down? Thank you. Yep.
Who's the AEW Women's Champion? I'm trying to think. Who was it?
No, I remember. It's Hikaru Shida.
Okay, so you think about this. It's Ika Shida, whatever her name is, versus Io Shirai. You got Sasha. You got Bailey versus Asuka. Think about it. They're not, NXT is not competing with Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Not no more.
They're mainly focusing on AEW. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say it like that, it's like, well, I'm thinking just WWE. Oh, okay. That's why. Okay.
They're trying
Gotcha.
like the Ruthless Aggression era.
So, in this match, it would go back and forth, and a lot was cheating. Let me tell you, a lot was cheating. Damn, Sasha Banks was trying to get the titles involved. They were thrown out. That was thrown out. Until finally, Kairi Sane, and she nearly did. Sasha Banks, when she was being put in submission hold, she run in there to try and stop and get this get Bailey disqualified. Sure, sorry. But nope. Kyrie comes in with a quick spear, and they both roll out, and Asuka makes Bailey tap out. Or pinfall, if I'm correct. What was it, Chris?
It was a pinfall.
Yeah. So the winner of that match was Asuka, and now they're definitely looking real good. Not just for the fact that Asuka is looking good going into fighting against Sasha Banks, but also looking good as one half of the Kabuki Warriors, since Kairi Sane was there to help her going in for the tag team gold. So we'll have to wait and see. Prior to what Chris said, we might see that titles on the line this Monday night or at Extreme Rules. We'll have to wait and see. And your thoughts on that, Mikey? On Asuka winning?
Yeah, Nikki Cross the assist.
Oh yeah, Nikki Cross was there too. Thank you. Dude, Nikki Cross scaring Bailey and Sasha Banks. She came back after she was told to leave because she almost cost the match. Security had to throw her out. I was like, isn't it weird? Usually you have that one guy in the commentary booth. Samoa Joe was supposed to be that guy. No, all three of them were vouching for her, saying that she's our guest. She's our +1. Leave her alone. The security was asking her to leave. Like, all three commentators, man, she's good, man. She's good. She's with us. Come on.
Yeah, because you know who her favorite is, Michael Cole.
Yeah. Mikey.
Sergio's uncle.
Hey, Michael. He ain't no Italian. He ain't no
What
Spanish.
are you talking about?
Michael Cole's Italian?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Maybe. Not related to him, but maybe.
Come on, real quick.
Okay, hold up, guys. Be right back. There you go. We're back. What'd you say?
But it's like Michael Cole's Italian, Bubba Ray's Italian.
Bully Ray's Italian?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. You know who else was Italian? Yeah, I learned he's half Italian, half Jewish. The late, great Randy Savage, Macho Man.
Yeah, you also remember Victoria from WWE?
Excuse me.
You remember Victoria from WWE?
Victoria.
Who was Tara in TNA? Tara?
Oh, yeah.
She's Italian.
Damn. I don't have to mention Bruno Sammartino. I thought that guy was a myth being spread out on WWE. Nope. That guy's a legend. God damn.
Irie is Italian.
Irie. I'm gonna go get the Irie. I know I got that song in my fucking phone.
She's the most. I think she's. I hate that whole movie.
And your thoughts, Chris, on how the match ended for Asuka and Sasha Banks?
Yeah. I'm glad Asuka had beat Bailey and showed the world, and she is the dominant champion on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Your thoughts, T-Money?
I think Asuka did a good job as like going up against
Sasha
Banks.
All right, then. He's got to go.
I get my mask from you.
Oh, yeah. No, you know, it's in there. It's in there.
Okay.
That's right. It's in there. Grab one.
I get you for this thing.
No, you get,
Well, no, not these. I'm good.
yeah, I need to bring him tomorrow then.
The ones that you gave me before.
Yeah, I'll bring 6 of them then.
All right, then.
All right. Remind me when I get home. Remind me around 1 a.m.
Okay.
Probably good. Yeah, around 1 a.m. or midnight.
Okay.
All right. So with that said, T-Money leaving the podcast. Yeah, leave that.
I'll watch it from
Yeah, I'll watch.
1 a.m.
Midnight or 1 a.m. because that's when I get home.
Okay.
I gotta take the monorail and stuff.
All right.
So you already know my thoughts. I already commentated on what happened, and that's I always speak my mind. You know that. I call it like I see it. All right. Later, bro.
Okay.
See you tomorrow. So, Mikey, you got your thoughts already?
Like I said, give Nikki Cross the assist.
Yeah, buddy. She was banging on that glass, looking like a banshee. Yeah! Like, what the?
And then Bailey was drinking a bottle of wine. Like, there's no timeouts.
Oh yeah, she did. She even threw the water in Oscar's face.
Clock with bang on the plexiglass.
Yeah, Bailey was like, ah! Well, I don't need this no more.
Ghost.
All
Sounds like, how the hell she get here?
right. So, you guys ready to end this? Or was there something else that I forgot? Anything I forgot, Chris?
No.
All right. With that said, shout out to our fellow brethrens of the Heavens Monsters podcast. Shout out to Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube channels will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to Chris Petrie, K-Money who just left, Renee, Farrell, and Delvin. And with that said, here we go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, like the content, hit that notification bell for the next Heavens Monsters podcast. I'm Serg Dragon. That was T-Money. This is Chris Petrie. And this is Mike Henry. Those guys, see you guys this weekend. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.